Now a Target 12 investigators exclusive hit and ride after two men collide on the East Bay bike path. One was left with a broken jaw that required surgery.
But police haven't been able to identify the other bicyclist, possibly because he gave false information. Target 12 investigator Tolly Taylor joins us now with a look into this mystery bicyclist.
A warning to viewers, some of the images you're about to see for one of the bicyclist's injuries are graphic. When Donna Bergeron received a call from an unknown number on June 11th in the early afternoon, she didn't pick up.
And then it rang again. And my colleague told me, you should answer it because people don't normally call twice.
The call came from a Warren EMT. Her partner, Mich Myette, had been returning home on the East Bay bike path after a 30-mile bike ride when he and another cyclist collided head-on. Myette's jaw was broken, and he was being taken to Rhode Island Hospital.
I broke my jaw here and here. And up here, that holds the top teeth. Now I have to eat my meals with a straw.
Despite riding with protective gear, Myette needed a 4-hour surgery, multiple titanium plates in his mouth, and his jaw wired shut before healing could begin. Myette says after he and the other cyclist collided right around here, the other cyclist never approached him to see if he was okay. Myette later learned that the cyclist gave a fake name, fake phone number, and a fake address to Warren police. Myette says the other biker was in the wrong lane and was riding an e-bike, which are illegal on the bike path. Warren police responded to the scene. They interviewed a man who said his name was William Jefferson, address 13 EB Drive in Warren, with a Massachusetts phone number. But when police attempted to follow up with Jefferson, a cross-agency search was negative. They also found the address does not exist and the phone number does not work. Warren Police Lieutenant Christopher Perrault says the department is focused on finding the person to get a complete account of what happened that day. Would the department be potentially pursuing charges if that person were identified?
Depending on what information is learned from that party or any witnesses that may come forward, we would assess that then.
A 2016 URI report found nearly 850,000 people used the East Bay bike path that year, and that number is thought to have dramatically increased during the pandemic. Warren and Bristol data on incidents along the bike path show only about a dozen bike collisions or crashes since 2019. But Warren police data also shows a spike in calls for service during the pandemic, jumping from 62 in 2019 to 117 in 2021. Perrault says calls for service include medical conditions, lost and found items, and suspicious activity. Do they expect a full recovery?
Not sure. The doctors aren't sure until after the 6 weeks, until they take the hardware off.
While Myette and Bergeron say a full recovery is no sure thing, they know expensive medical bills are a certainty. Bergeron says the incident makes her question human decency.
It's concerning to know that a person can just walk away from an incident like that and not even come forward and say, hey, you know what, I'm the one that did this and I'm sorry.
If you have any information about this incident, the Warren Police tip line is on WPRI.com. Coming up at 6, why the couple says mistakes in the initial investigation have made finding this mystery bicyclist more difficult. With the Target 12 investigators, I'm Tolly Taylor, 12 News.
New details now in a Target 12 investigators exclusive hit and ride. An accident with another bicyclist severely injured one local man, leaving him searching for answers. As we told you last hour, when two cyclists crashed on the East Bay bike path, one was left with severe injuries that required surgery. But
Warren police have been unable to identify the other biker, possibly because he gave false information. A warning to viewers, some of these images are graphic. Target 12 investigator Tolly Taylor joins us now with the details.
If the injuries and ensuing surgery weren't bad enough, Mich Myette is now unable to contact the person who did this to him. And Myette says the actions of Warren police that day didn't help. After a 30-mile bike ride on June 11th, Mich Myette says he had just come through this tunnel on the East Bay bike path when the accident happened.
He hit me from this side right here, and I think I fell to the ground.
Myette says the bicyclist coming the other direction was in the wrong lane, hitting Myette head-on and breaking his jaw. Myette says the other biker was riding an e-bike, which are illegal on the bike path.
I remember looking up at the cyclist, and he basically didn't even come up to me to see how I was. He just left me there.
Bleeding from his nose and mouth, Myette was transported to Rhode Island Hospital. A week later, after the swelling in his face went down, Myette had a 4-hour surgery to repair his jaw.
I've got 2 plates on this side of my jaw and a plate on this side. The only way I can get the meals is through my teeth with a straw.
A major hurdle in the investigation, the person who hit Myette can't be found. Warren police arrived on scene and interviewed the other person involved, who said his name was William Jefferson and gave a Warren address with a Massachusetts phone number. But a follow-up search later revealed the name fake, the address non-existent, and the phone number out of service.
Who is this individual? I want him to come forward.
It really makes us a little bit bitter, you know, that to know that there's such a lack of compassion and human decency.
The salt in the wound, they say, is that Warren police weren't careful in documenting what happened.
Warren police arrived after Michael was in the rescue. They claimed to have spoken to him at the scene. They did not.
Myette and Bergeron went to the Warren police station to speak to the two officers about the inaccuracy.
The field training officer looked at the probational officer and said, "You did get a statement from him, right?" And he said no.
But their biggest frustration, they say, is that police photographed Myette's bike, but not the other man's. If police had, Bergeron says, there would be proof the other man was riding an e-bike. When Target 12 asked Warren police about the inconsistencies in the incident reports and why the other man's bike wasn't photographed, they responded, no comment.
You don't need to be on the bike path with e-bikes and so on and so forth.
Unable to identify the other man, Myette and Bergeron say they expect significant medical bills, and a full recovery is not guaranteed.
A minimum of 6 weeks with his jaw wired, eating through a straw, and we don't know what's going to take place after this.
One of the responding officers described the man who called himself William Jefferson as a middle-aged white male. He had a black goatee with a touch of gray and scrapes on his face and arms. If you have any information, you can find the Warren Police tip line on WPRI.com. With the Target 12 investigators, I'm Tolly Taylor, 12 News.